Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. Imagine waking up in another world, where magic rules, legendary heroes rise, and adventures await at every turn. From breathtaking battles to heartwarming journeys, isekai and fantasy anime take us beyond reality into realms of wonder and danger. If you're a fan of thrilling escapades, mythical creatures, and overpowered protagonists, you're in for a ride. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 must-watch isekai and fantasy anime that you simply can't afford to miss. So grab your potions, equip your best gear, and let's dive into the adventure. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Alina Clover signed up to work as a receptionist for the Adventurers Guild, believing it would be her ticket to a better life. Unfortunately, her dream job turns into an overtime nightmare whenever adventurers are stalled clearing a dungeon. To avoid paperwork, Alina resorts to bashing up monsters to solve the situation. She merely needs to keep her activities a secret. Bogus skill, fruitmaster. In this universe, you can only earn special talents by eating a skill fruit once. To consume another is a sure death sentence. However, Light acquires a skill known as fruitmaster, which is inappropriate for fighting. He resigns himself to a life of farming, but by chance, he consumes another skill fruit. At this point, he discovers the hidden skill of fruitmaster. Why didn't I die? Is this some sort of new skill? This is the story of a humble farmer who becomes the strongest by acquiring a variety of skills. Beheneko. Nobody asked to be a cat. After dying in a battle against evil, a knight is surprised to discover that instead of being resurrected as a hero of humanity, he begins his new life as a behemoth, one of the world's most fearsome creatures. The only problem is that a baby behemoth resembles a lovely house cat. Things become even more perplexing when a beautiful elf adventurer saves him from certain death rather than killing him. This perplexing odyssey of a house cat turned knight is still beginning. Magic Maker. How to make magic in another world. A man who was 30 years old and wished to practice magic died abruptly, and when he awoke, he had been resurrected in another planet. Named Theon, he had high hopes for the existence of magic in another realm, but there was none. Theon became unhappy and lazy, until an incident caused him to discover the existence of magic. That's correct. If there is no magic, I will create it myself. With this in mind, Theon began investigating magic from that day on. Theon eventually becomes a hero who saves the world after contracting a malady that can only be cured by magic and meeting an opponent that can only be defeated by magic. This is the narrative of a simple magic fool who, despite being tossed around by fate, overcomes it with the strength of magic and an unbreakable battling spirit, eventually spreading magic to the people. I'm a noble on the brink of ruin. What is a guy to do when his life abruptly changes when he is enjoying a good, refreshing beer after work? I mean, truly changes. This middle-aged commoner now inhabits the body of Liam Hamilton, the young son of an aristocratic family on the verge of collapse. Between his fervently anxious father and his utterly uninterested brothers, the only positive aspect of Liam's current circumstance is that he can finally try learning magic, which he has always wanted. Little does he realize that his favorite hobby is about to flip his life upside down once more. Will Liam be able to master the art of magic? Will it be enough to save him from the shadow that hangs over his family? Farmagia. Following the death of Felicidad's monarch, the dictator Glaza seizes control and enforces an oppressive tyranny on the world's residents. Ten and his Farmagia buddies lead an army of monsters as they explore and battle across the hazardous areas of the underworld, gathering resources to return to their farm. There, they'll improve their Farmagia talents by breeding more monsters and developing new abilities to help them fight Glaza and the Eurasian Seas. Promise of Wizard. On a beautiful night, Akira Masaki discovers a mystical world in which wizards and humans cohabit. Every year, they must confront a massive, lethal moon that strikes the planet. Their only hope is the wizards of the Sage, who have been appointed to combat the supernatural threat. But Akira quickly realizes she wasn't summoned by random. She was chosen to lead them into combat. The Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. In the ultimate battle against the demonic exterminators, Tugo Asagaki, a Power Ranger, sacrificed his life for the enemy. It seems that all was over, but then he found himself in another universe. He becomes an adventurer, transforming into Kazuna Red, and fights to save people in distress. Here he meets a young wizard named Adola, and his voyage into this strange world begins. Aparida. I can't do this anymore. Yuka Feldio, a red mage, has recently left his adventurer A-rank party. After being tortured as a handyman and mocked for 5 years, he finally snapped, and thus began his miserable, unemployed existence, or so he thought. Yuka is unexpectedly welcomed into an all-female adventurer party made up of his former classmates. Yuka's full strength gradually emerges as they vanquish dungeons one by one. As it turns out, this crimson magician possesses tremendous power and abilities? Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. Takumi Aruma, who is not a hero, is mistakenly mixed in with a group of heroes who have been chosen to be summoned to another realm. As recompense for the misunderstanding, a deity grants him the ability to choose any skill he desires. He selects a seemingly uninteresting creation skill in the hopes of leading a serene and quiet existence free of wars and battles. However, it turns out that alchemy is his most powerful ability, allowing him to make everything from a holy sword to flying ships. This cheat skill he inadvertently got transforms him into a wealthy merchant and makes him unbeatable in fight. A joyful adventure tale about the, maybe, most powerful alchemist in another universe. So these were the top 10 must-watch isekai and fantasy anime of winter 2025. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any videos like this in the future. Keep sharing your thoughts with us down in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.